Hi, Steve here from Property Hive. In this video, we're going to look at the managing and editing and adding of properties themselves. So in the last video, we covered the property list, and we got to that by going to Property Hive properties. Now, if we click into a property, let's look at the actual property record. The first field at the top here is the title, or as we call it, the display address. This is the public address as it's shown to the public. So this will be on search results pages, property details pages, sent in mail outs, sent to the portals. So anywhere that the public sees this property, they will be shown this display address. Next, we have a range of tabs. So we've grouped all the fields into tabs to hopefully make navigation a little easier. Depending on your setup and what you have activated in settings, these tabs might change. If you've got certain features enabled, then again, you might get extra tabs here. But this will be how it looks by default. Under summary, we have the address. So we've got reference number, the individual address elements. We've got the owner or landlord, whether you record that or not is up to you. If you have disabled the contacts module under settings, this box won't show. We've got the record details, so which negotiator is it assigned to if you're recording that, and which office. So if you have 3 offices set up, the reason we select the office here is so we know which office to send inquiries to. So a common mistake that is to not have the right office selected or have the contact details added against the office in settings. Next we have the map. So if you're showing the property on a map, be it on the details page or you're using our map search feature, we need to know the coordinates of the property so we can plot it on the map. Now, there are a few ways you can do this. One is if you're importing the properties from a CRM, this will likely be completed for you. You can click Obtain Coordinates. And what that will do is that will take the address entered up here and plot it for you, or try and plot it as best it can. Or secondly, we can click on the map or click and drag the marker should we want to refine that further. The next tab is Details. Now, we covered departments in another settings video, so if you've not watched that, I recommend going to watch that. But in summary, by default, we have sales enabled and lettings enabled. You can enable commercial as well, or you can add your own custom departments. But the main change here is what you'll notice is as I click the department, the fields below change to be relevant to the department selected. So with sales, I get price and price qualifier. With lettings, I get rent, deposit, and so forth. And with commercial, I get commercial property types, floor area, more commercial-esque fields. With sales and lettings ticked, you also get this other residential details box. So this is going to be things like bedroom, bathrooms, reception rooms, price, and some other information. Next is marketing. The key one here is on market, ticked or unticked. So if it's ticked, a property can be and will be displayed on the website and sent to portals. With this unticked, the property will still be stored in Property Hive, but won't be shown publicly. Now, a quick note on this is that in this scenario here, where the property is published and on market is unticked, someone could still access this URL here. So if they came from Google or a mail out or a Facebook link, they could still see this property. Now, there's a few things we can do about this. So if I just update this property so it's not on the market, if I view this property on the website, the first thing you'll notice is that you get this warning. So if someone were to come to this URL direct, hopefully this would be enough to prompt them that it's not available anymore. But you might not want people accessing this page at all. So what we can do there is under settings, and I'll open this in a new tab. We can, under general, miscellaneous, is we can choose what happens when an off-market property is viewed. So by default, we've got still show the property details. What we can do is do a redirect back to the search results page. So yeah, that's up to you how you want that to work, but there are a few options there. Next, we can use the status. So statuses will be relevant to the department selected. So because we've got sales selected on the details tab, we're getting sales-esque statuses here, and these can be customized in the settings area under custom fields. Next is featured. Is the property featured or not? So we have the ability to pull in featured properties on the homepage. There's a shortcode for that we'll cover in another video. But if you're pulling in featured properties to your homepage, this determines which properties it pulls in. And it will pull them in a random order. So if you have 5 properties selected as featured, but the shortcode or where you pull them in, you've only specified 3, it will just pull in 3 of the 5 at random. Marketing flags. So you might want to promote a certain aspect of the property. So that might be chain free, new instruction, has virtual tour, so forth. And what this will do is it will display it on over the thumbnail, and we'll cover that in another video when we come to do flags. But that's just a way to flag a specific special feature about the property that you want to promote. Next, we have marketing statistics. So this website doesn't have any traffic, so these are all 0. But once your website is up and live and properties start to become viewed, we record the number of views that each property has. And we've broken that down by day. You can filter the range there as well. So good to see how popular properties are and feed that back to vendors. Next, we have descriptions, and this is split into 3 sections. We've got property features. So that might be fireplace, close to beach, close to local schools. We can reorder these. We can delete them. We can add new ones. And what you'll notice as well is it does auto-suggest based on previous ones entered. So because throughout the system we've had these features entered on other properties, as soon as I start typing, it auto-suggests them. So that can be quite handy if you're entering common features over and over again. Next up is the summary description. So this is the short kind of 1 sentence, 1 paragraph description that you might see on search results, or the little snippet shown on the homepage. And next up, we have the full description. So this is the full description shown on the details page when you click into a property. Now, we've called it room name, room dimensions, and description. So you might add a breakdown of rooms, so bedroom 1 with the dimensions, and bedroom 1 with large south-facing window. But you might also use this for other things. So we might do a location and write a bit about the location. But essentially what happens on the front end and any feeds sent to the portals is we will concatenate all of the descriptions entered. And you can see we can add multiple descriptions there. We can drag and drop them. We can remove them. But on the front end, it will join all of these descriptions together into one big text field. Next up, we have media. So we can store all types of media. We can store photos, floor plans, brochures, EPCs, and virtual tours. We can have as many of each of them as we need. We can add some more. I can't get to my OK button, but we can add multiple photos. We can drag and drop them into the right order. Same for floor plans and all the other media types as well. Viewings, offers, sales, and inquiries. So these are all CRM specific, but if you're using Property Hive as a CRM, this will show any viewings, offers, and sales assigned to this property. If you're not using Property Hive as a CRM, you can disable these modules in the settings area. There is another video on that available. Inquiries, any property inquiries made through the website about this property will be shown here. And then finally, we have history and notes. So this will log any changes on the property. So has the status changed? Has it gone from off market to on market? Has the price changed? All those kind of changes we will log here. And that's great for debugging as well if you're importing properties to find out exactly when that change was imported from the CRM. Finally, we can add our own notes if you're using it as a CRM, pin it to the top as well. We've also got a number of actions, and you'll notice this actions panel appear, and in fact this whole layout with the tabs and everything appear on all of these records that you go into. But actions on a property are as follows. We can view matching applicants. So if you are storing your applicants in Property Hive and you want to match properties to them and email them out, this will find all matching applicants that have the criteria that meet this property. And you'll go through a matching process, and we've got another video on matching as a whole where we go through how to do it from all different angles. So we'll cover that then. But other fields are record inquiry. So if someone calls up on the phone maybe and inquires about the property, or they walk into the office, you can record an inquiry on the property that way. And again, all of these are kind of CRM based. So if you're not using it as a CRM, you don't need to worry about these. But if you are, you can book a viewing and record an offer straight from the property screen. Once you're finished with any changes, just remember to click update, just to make sure your changes are saved. And then whenever you save or refresh the page, you'll always come back to the tab that you was on before. So if I'm on descriptions and I click update, it'll take me back to descriptions just so I can carry on where I was.